Hey fam, today we're diving into the life of one of the most fascinating figures in American history, Thomas Jefferson. Now you might know him as the third president of the United States, or the principal author of the Declaration of Independence. But let's take a closer look at this multifaceted man, whose life was anything but ordinary. Born on April 13, 1743, in colonial Virginia, Jefferson was a man of many talents. He grew up on a plantation, where he developed a love for books and learning. In fact, he was so passionate about education that he eventually founded the University of Virginia. Can you imagine a future president as a college founder? Well, that's Jefferson for you. Now, let's talk about his big claim to fame, the Declaration of Independence. Picture this. It's 1776, and tensions are rising between the American colonies and Great Britain. Jefferson was just 33 years old when he penned this revolutionary document. He sat in a cramped room in Philadelphia, writing about life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. It's a phrase that's resonated throughout history. But here's a fun fact. Jefferson actually borrowed some of his ideas from Enlightenment thinkers like John Locke. So while he's often hailed as the sole author, he was certainly standing on the shoulders of giants. Jefferson was also a man of contradictions. On one hand, he championed individual rights and freedoms. On the other hand, he owned slaves. Yes, Jefferson's legacy is complicated. He freed a few slaves in his will, but many argue that he could have done more during his lifetime. This paradox continues to spark debate among historians and citizens alike. Speaking of contradictions, let's chat about Jefferson's love for architecture. He designed his own home, Monticello, in Virginia. The man had an eye for beauty and innovation. Monticello is a masterpiece showcasing neoclassical design elements. It even features an array of inventions, like a rotating sphere that displayed the position of the sun. Talk about a multitasker. As president from 1801 to 1809, Jefferson made significant contributions to the nation. One of his most notable achievements was the Louisiana Purchase in 1803. This monumental land deal doubled the size of the United States, giving us a vast expanse of territory to explore. And who can forget the Lewis and Clark expedition? Jefferson commissioned Meriwether Lewis and William Clark to explore this new territory, mapping the land and documenting its flora and fauna. Imagine being the first to discover the breathtaking landscapes of the American West. Now let's shift gears and talk about Jefferson's political philosophy. He was a staunch advocate for democracy and believed in the importance of an educated electorate. He envisioned a nation where citizens were actively involved in governance, which is pretty radical for his time. But he also had a deep-seated fear of tyranny. Jefferson was all about checks and balances, believing that power should be distributed rather than concentrated in one place. But Jefferson's life wasn't all politics and philosophy. He had a flair for the arts. A lover of music and literature, he played the violin and was an avid reader. In fact, his personal library was one of the largest in the country at the time. After the British burned the Library of Congress, he sold his collection to help replenish it, proving his commitment to knowledge and culture. So what's the takeaway? Thomas Jefferson was a man of contradictions, an architect of democracy who struggled with his own beliefs, a brilliant writer whose legacy continues to shape America today, and a lover of knowledge who saw education as the key to a better society. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed learning about Thomas Jefferson, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more historical deep dives.